So, you bring some interesting news. I bet you... Guilty Gear. No, that's not what I want. They released Testament, like yesterday or today. I bet they have news. All new PlayStation Plus. How does this work? It's all about you. All new PlayStation Plus. Learn more. Okay, here we go. All new PlayStation Plus launches in June with 700 plus games and more value than ever. So now, right away, it sounds to me like this is some kind of Game Pass. Is this like a Xbox Gamer Pass but with PlayStation Plus? PS Plus and PlayStation Now come together. Players could choose from 3 flexible options. This makes sense. I think this makes sense. Nobody ever used PlayStation Now. And, I mean, there's just no reason to have them separate, honestly. Since launching PS Plus 2010, it's done some shit and a bunch of fancy words. Today, we're pleased to do some more words at you with services and money that you give us. This June, we're bringing together PS Plus and PS Now in an all-new package. Great, that's wonderful. Our focus is providing high-quality, curated content with a diverse portfolio of games with an asterisk. Below is an overview of the 3 membership tiers. Here we go. PlayStation Plus Essential. Benefits. Provide the same benefits that PlayStation Plus members are getting today, such as 2 monthly games, exclusive discounts, cloud storage for saved games, online multiplayer. There are no changes for existing PlayStation Plus members in this tier. Price, star, for PlayStation Plus Essential remains the same as the current price. Okay. So, the way that I've been always doing things, I get PlayStation Plus at $60 a year, but because I know I'm going to use it all year, but I don't actually spend $60. Inevitably, no matter when or where you're at, no matter how you splice this. Can I make this bigger? R3 will zoom in. Yeah, I guess that's cool. No matter how you splice this, at certain months throughout the year, usually around Christmas or so, they will discount, almost guarantee, a PlayStation Plus membership. Because they know a lot of people like to buy consoles around the holiday year, and they, entice you to get this stuff by having a discount. It's either that or a Black Friday sale is a really good one. So I will routinely get a year's PlayStation at $40. I've been able to do that ever since, even before I bought the PlayStation 5, I've been able to pull that off. So this is good. I like this. It's exactly the same thing I'm doing. I'm not going to lose anything. I get 2 random games. I get some discounts. I mean, if I was going to be honest here, 2 monthly games, I can't seem to recall any time I got a game that was worth it. Final Fantasy VII Remake definitely would have been worth it if I hadn't bought it myself. It was a really good game. Otherwise, I can't recall any game I got as a monthly game that was like, oh, this is cool, They've all been just kind of garbage games. Nothing impressive, nothing unique. So, yeah. Exclusive discounts? Maybe once in my entire usage of PlayStation Network have I taken advantage of a discount. And I kind of mean that for like summer games and stuff like that. Being a streamer, I buy things. Not just being a streamer, being a guy who plays a lot of games. I rent or I buy. And I generally rent if the option's available and I don't care. And I will buy, generally, if it's a game that I know is going to be good, like Elden Ring. The problem there is that by the time discounts start showing up, whether they're here or holiday specials and shit like that, I already got the games I want. I already bought them because I buy them at full price because I'm an idiot and I stream. But at least I can, I'm going to say, hey, I like this game. I know I'm going to like it. I'm going to buy it. Case in point, King of Fighters 15. Didn't play it a whole lot, but I liked it a lot, so I'm glad I have it. Guilty Gear Strive. Played that for a solid month. Really enjoyed it. It's cool. I can't really name you a game that I bought that I was, really disappointed in. I would say that there was, some sort of game I got, something about spirits or something like that. some kind of spirit game that ended up being really shitty. I do regret buying that. That was like $30. I regret that. That was a waste of $30. Other than that, I have not bought, not since at least the PS5 has been out, because I'm excluding Street Fighter V. Yeah, I mean, I know if I'm going to like a thing, so I buy it. Fighting games, I never feel bad about because I like playing them at the start of their release and then enjoying them for however long. So, yeah, these two things here really aren't fantastic. What's up, Pokemon's feet? Yeah, I'm trying to get out of here. I just finished reading for exams. I mean, streaming for 2 hours? Yeah, I have been. I posted on Twitter. In any case, cloud storage for saved games, this is good. I mean, I can't argue about cloud storage, it's fine. Online multiplayer access, this is really awful that they charge you for this. This has always been awful. This has always been an awful practice. I don't know how they get away with it, but they do. And everybody does. All consoles do. The only people that don't have to do this are PC users on Steam. They don't have to pay for access to Steam stuff. They get cloud storage and their games multiplayer for without paying for anything. They pay their own internet and that's it, right? Not only do we pay our own internet, but we also have to pay for these services. I don't really understand how Steam manages to do that without charging. I imagine there's upkeep on servers and shit like that. So I don't know, man. I mean, I don't know how they manage to do it for free still after all this time, but they do. So this has always sucked. I've always hated the online multiplayer access is a PlayStation Plus thing. The PCs cost 5x more, but they generally last longer. I mean, generally. I could have had a PC that lasted... This PC that I got here could have lasted like all of last generation. I wouldn't have had to replace it until the PS5 came out. In fact, I still haven't replaced it until PS5 comes out. Breath of the Wild postponed till 2023. Not a surprise. We haven't heard a damn thing about that game. I'm not surprised. In any case, this is evaluating the new PlayStation Plus deal. There are no changes for existing PS Plus members. So basically, this is what I'm going to be in. I don't care about anything except the multiplayer access and the cloud storage. These are the two things I do like. I don't like paying for them, but because I can do this for $40 a year, I can do that. That's not a huge deal. It doesn't bother me that much. I still think it sucks, but it is what it is. They want money and they have things to upkeep and whatever. I'm sure there's justifications. So let's take a look at the other ones. Yeah, keep in mind again, it's $59.99 yearly for this basic thing, but I always find a discount. So your Forest 2 got delayed. Ouch, that sucks. PlayStation Plus Extra Benefits provides all the benefits of the above, adds a catalog of 400 asterisk of the most enjoyable PS4 and 5 games. Well, that's debatable. Including blockbuster hits from our studio catalog and third-party partners. So this is the Gamer Pass thing, right? This is Xbox Game Pass. But they have now made it a tier, a PlayStation Plus tier. I gotta say, I don't think this tier system's gonna work very well. If I'm being honest with you, I don't think it's a very, I don't know. There's something about tiers of things I always feel like don't go over very well. You remember when there was like Xbox Live, and then there was like Xbox Gold and Xbox Platinum or something like that? I personally never did anything Xbox related, so I don't really remember it that well. But I remember people really griping about, what tier do I have? What tier do I need to get, you know? I guess in this case, I mean, it's pretty simple that if you just want the usual functionality, just get the bronze. But if you're going to go for whatever this is, extra, you now also get access to PlayStation Now, which I guess is going to be there, which I guess now is just the Game Pass. This is kind of weird because Game Pass, like, they put brand new games on the Game Pass, right? And then you play it for a month and then they shuffle it out with something else. I don't really know if they're going to do that with this. Oh, your sub's gone. Oh, well. Stick around. I'm sure someone will help you out, buddy. So I don't really know if this is going to be worth it. We don't really know what their game plan is yet for, PlayStation Game Pass. Price. United States, $100. So you're paying an extra $40? Are you paying an extra $40 or 30? You're paying an extra $40 to have Game Pass for PlayStation. And now, granted, we don't know what PlayStation Game Pass is like. Yeah, that's a lot of money. What is Game Pass? Game Pass for Xbox was only like, what? Is it like $1 for the first month? What does it turn into? I think Game Pass for Xbox is like, how much is that? And then again, keep in mind that that rotates like games. You can get new games on that catalog. You know, you don't own it, but you can play it for the month that it's there. PlayStation Plus Premium. And they're going to go even higher, huh? Provide all the benefits of essential and extra tiers. Adds up to 340 additional games. What does that mean? Include PS3 games available via cloud streaming. That's not good. A catalog of classic games available in streaming and download options from the original PS2 and PSP. You know, this could be good, but it's really not so great that they're putting this in a tier of its own. I get the feeling Plus Premium is going to eventually merge with the top one, the middle grade. I get that feeling. Or maybe what they'll do, well, no, that wouldn't make sense. You know what they could do? They could make the basic one that I'm going to be on. They could force that to be the Gamer Pass thing, and then make this premium one a catalog of old things. Because basically it's saying streaming and download options. I don't know if the PS5 has emulation software. Like the PS3 actually had hardware to emulate games, but I don't think the PS5 has software or hardware yet, right? So this is going to be odd. It's going to have to be like cloud streaming, because something has to, you know, backwards emulate. Something has to emulate these systems. I don't know if it's going to be a software on the console or not. Skill issue? I mean, it's probably more of a money thing. They probably just don't want to put the money out to properly emulate these things, which is weird because, well, actually, PlayStation 3, 2, and PlayStation 3 is a little rough to emulate. PlayStation 2, I think, isn't that hard to emulate anymore. I think it's actually pretty well done now. But 3 is still rough, for sure. Offer cloud streaming access for original PS2, PSP, PS4 games offered in the extra and premium tier market. A lot of asterisks, where PlayStation Now is currently available. You know, stream games using PS4 and PS5 consoles and PC. Well, I mean, that kind of opens things up. You can play PlayStation on your PC if you have this thing, but only by cloud streaming. See, this is where things are really not looking good. Have you guys even looked at cloud streaming or anything? Cloud streaming? I think Sploinkin had some experience with this using Google Stadia. And it was kind of reasonable. I think he was playing Assassin's Creed Odyssey. And other than that, I've heard that cloud streaming has been really miserable. So cloud streaming is literally a computer off somewhere in a server farm somewhere. So like Google owns a computer and they hook it up to the internet. You pay this premium price here, right? I guess Sony has it then. So Sony's got a PC somewhere. They hook it up to the internet. You pay for this premium service, and you are allowed to access that computer and play games off of that computer while you are here on your console. So the reason they do that, I mean, well, a reason to do that, there's two really. One, if you're going to play... It is goofy. One, if you're going to play backwards games, if you're going to play games from the past, PS2 and 3 and 1, you need to emulate it. And a console doesn't have the hardware to emulate, so it has to use software to emulate, and software emulation is very, very demanding, because software has to pretend that it's acting like hardware. So it's extremely taxing. Regardless, it can be done. In PlayStation 1 and 2, there's a lot of emulators that are very good that you can get on PC. But PlayStation 3 struggles a lot, from my understanding, because it had that blue cell technology, you know, it was like a different tech. Regardless, their solution right now, Google Stadia tried to do this, now Sony's trying to do it, is that you can use their computer that has the emulation on it and it will run these backward compatible games, but you have to connect to it like you're connecting remote. So you're basically playing you're playing a computer over there over the internet, and your controllers are just being fed to the computer over the internet. I'm sure you guys can imagine how miserable that would be because of packet loss and all sorts of shit like that. Yeah. Cloud gaming sucks. Cloud gaming sucks. The other reason you do that is because what Google Stadia tried to do. Is Tim Sweeney involved? Are Tim Sweeney involved? I don't think so. The thing Google Stadia tried to do was actually provide people with a super duper mega buff computer. And so you could play all the latest games, 4K resolution, 60 FPS, but you had to cloud stream to that computer. So it was really awkward that you had to... You're connecting to this super mega awesome computer, but through your internet, and so your controllers would then be fed to that computer, and no matter how solid it was, you always had delay. Stadia no longer exists now. Yeah, it's a goofy name. It's also an idea that doesn't work. They have officially, I think officially abandoned. If not officially, they have re-signed out all the people who work there, and they now work in other fields. So Google Stadia is dead in the water. It doesn't exist. Still, Sony is trying it. And I think if you look up people like NVIDIA, who are doing like the GeForce graphic cards and stuff, they offer this kind of service too. They have a cloud streaming service so that you can cloud stream a 3080 computer that has a 3080 graphics card in it or some shit like that. But it has all the same problems as Stadia. They never resolve those issues. It's just an option, and I don't think anybody likes it. Regardless, that's what this package is about. This thing is giving you extra additional games other than the 400. I'm assuming the 400 you get for this is like Game Pass for Microsoft, where they actually will rotate categories of games every month so that you get access to whatever they allow you to play for a month, and then next month they change it all up. This could be good. Game Pass works for a number of people that don't want to own games but want to play a couple of different things. Works really well. Game Pass is the only thing Xbox does that's actually really good. Like, people really like it. It's very good for casual players. For me, obviously, it's no good because I buy what I want and I rent when I don't. So it's like it doesn't really help me at all. Of course, you're getting 340 more here, but apparently it's all via cloud streaming, and then some is streaming. Some you can actually download to your console and play. You know, probably back in the PlayStation 3 era, they had hardware emulation on the original console, and they would resell you PlayStation 1 and 2 games. So you could play them on your PS3 digitally. So I imagine why they're saying some download, some streaming. They're probably going to offer you all those old digital games that you could have gotten or did get on the PS3 as downloadable stuff because they're already downloadable. And then the rest... they're just going to throw up on their streaming service, their cloud streaming, because they don't know how to do it. They just don't know how to do it. I have seen people use the streaming service. It's not very good. Time-limited game trials will also be offered in this tier, so customers can try games before they buy. This is basically saying we will offer you demos that don't exist for games. So... either the demos that will be offered for games that normally aren't offered. Let's talk about one thing here. Do you even try demos anymore? Like, I honestly, the only demos I really get involved with are like betas. I only do betas. I don't do demos, you know? Like, there was a demo of Final Fantasy whatever Paradise, Lost Paradise or some shit, and that went over extremely badly. That's like the last demo I can think that I ever tried of a thing, you know? Otherwise, I do fighting game betas which are demos technically, but they're also betas where you're trying to help improve netcode or something. And I think that's it. Like, I don't really do demos anymore. So the fact is that, like, the idea of demos are usually free, so you can try it before you buy it. Now they are kind of charging you to have access to those demos. At least I think. I think what they're trying to say is that their demos now require this subscription tier. But if I'm being honest with you, that seems really scummy. So maybe they just mean like special demos. Maybe some games don't have demos. They will make a demo for you to try if you are this premium member. How much is all this shit gonna cost you? $120 a year. Or 18 bucks a month, I guess, would be a maybe. Is that more reasonable? I mean, I pay 25 bucks a month to rent games, any game I want, and it takes maybe like 3 or 4 days after it releases to get to me. And I can hang on to it as long as I want. I can beat it, send it back, you know. So I pay monthly more than what this service is offering. However, be that as it may, it's $120 for access to PlayStation Plus, which lets you do multiplayer and cloud storage. That's pretty much all I ever use it for. And then the two extra things of playing a lot of video games that are old, or having access to their, you know, current Sony Gamer Pass that they can't call Gamer Pass. I don't know what they're going to call it. That doesn't seem very useful to me either. But for 120 bucks, I mean, maybe that's not too bad. To me, it doesn't seem like it's going to be good at all. But I mean, I don't know. I didn't think Game Pass was going to be any good. I didn't think people would like that. But they've actually rotated decent games into the Game Pass, and it works out okay. So if Sony rotates good games, cool. Has Sony rotated cool games in the past? Not really. The 2 free games that they mentioned way up at the basic tier, pretty much all garbage. Like, the only one that I can remember that was any good was Final Fantasy VII Remake, which, obviously, if you're a fan, you already bought it. Really, if you had a PlayStation 5, you know, you bought it. There's no way around it. So, yeah. This is not good. I don't think this is good. I'm glad that there's still the basic... I'm glad the essential is still here. Basic ass access. You get 2 random games, discounts, storage, multiplayer. It's what we've had this whole time. I'm good with that. This is the Gamer Pass edition if you want to pay extra 40 bucks. And I guess this is oh wait, did this one also have... Yeah, okay. So this one is Gamer Pass plus backwards compatibility. So if you really like backwards compatibility, which obviously you can't really get that, you're getting fake backwards compatibility through streaming or potentially downloading, you're able to spend an extra $60. So you're double the price of the basic thing. You get Game Pass Sony Edition and cloud streaming. Yeah, that's not really attractive. Major evolution. Yeah, alright. Well, I mean, that's my thoughts. I think anything above the essentials is, at least until it proves otherwise, I think is a rip. I don't know how much Game Pass costs, but this thing is basically saying for an extra 40 bucks, you can have Sony Game Pass. This is one of those services we're gonna have to wait and see if they're worth it. I don't really like Game Pass myself because, again, I'm usually on top of the games I want to play. I very rarely have a backlog of things to play, so it's really not that useful. Still, it's not a bad idea. A lot of people like Game Pass, so, and really why they like it is because they rotate new games into the Game Pass for a month that it comes out, essentially. You know, Halo was on there and stuff like that, and then after a month it rotates out. Yeah, that's fine. I mean, that actually is interesting and useful for people who are like, I would like to play the latest game, but I don't want to drop 60 bucks. Game Pass is like, all right, you get access for a month, but no guarantees. You know, you're not going to guarantee get the game that you want. Most likely, if it's a super popular game, it will be there. But again, you're working with probability and whatever they want to do over there. And whatever fucking Microsoft decides is going to be your games, those are your games for the month. Yeah, weird stuff. I don't care. I guess I just don't care. I'm going to do the basic one, and that will be that. I'll be happy with... I'm glad they're keeping a basic subscription. I don't have to think about it. So, cool. If it ends up proving to be a good thing, we can look at it later. But for now, I'm just going to be a basic-ass bitch. Go with that PlayStation Essentials, and I'll wait every year and try and get a discount. I'm pretty sure they'll still have it, you know. I'm pretty sure they'll still have little cards and stuff you can buy from places. Either Black Friday or Christmas sales, you know. Sometimes they do it digital. They'll do a digital sale right off of their store, and I'll pick it up. So, could be cool. Yeah. That's it. Thanks for bringing that to the attention there, Danny Loa. That's kind of interesting stuff. We'll have to keep an eye on it and see if it's any good later down the road. But I have a hunch it's probably going to not be as good as Game Pass for Xbox. I'm getting that feeling that they're not going to really balance it out very well. But we'll see. We'll see.